It's like, dude, if a person is constantly worried about the price that you're selling them, the price of your retainer, constantly looking for something cheaper, it's like, you don't have to sell to them, bro. Like, you can just like bypass them. And one of the most popular things I say is it's better to replace a lead than persuade a lead. It's better to replace than to persuade. Yeah, so it's like, my best advice to ecom brands is like, bro, what, you want to make $2 million a month with 30% margins? Like, go to hell. Like, shut up. Like, you don't understand anything.
What's like the biggest thing that you feel like e-com companies are doing wrong? Like super common. You see this, they think they're running their reels, and you're like, I literally see this everywhere. Fix this, it will help you, I promise.
The biggest mistake people e-com brands make is they try to advertise their problems away. Most e-com businesses have an accounting problem, not an ads problem. Fix the accounting, then the ads. So why am I doing a lot of personal branding? Number one, I love content because I realize there's so much experience and information in my brain that content is an incredible way to monetize everything you know. Like, I want to monetize everything, and it just pisses me off that there's so much experience and information here and it's not monetized. It's like, no. If I know something, I'm not letting it go to waste. It's going out there in the internet. It's going to become a form of media. That media is going to travel the internet 24/7 forever, constantly looking for potential customers to convert.
Hey guys, how you doing today? This is John Klein with the $100 Million Podcast. Our $100 Million guest of today is Max. Max, how you doing?
Pretty good, man.
Pretty good. Awesome. Max, introduce yourself. Tell us why we should listen to you today.
Hey, my name is Max. Built 2 e-com businesses. My first one was Wooter. It's an 8-figure brand now. Pretty much helped change the way schools, universities, and businesses buy custom uniforms on the internet. We're one of the first people to sell custom uniforms and apparel on the internet. So we scaled that up really quick with ads. That's a B2B e-com business. So it's actually a combination of lead gen and e-com. And then now I build my own B2C and B2B e-com businesses that are more stealth out here in my 10,000 square foot warehouse here in New York. I also build, a couple of agencies, built a regular ads agency primarily focused on high ticket lead gen. That's pretty successful. Scaled one of the biggest coaching businesses of all time, scaled so many other brands, and also did a brief paper lead agency that I scaled up pretty quickly to 6 figs, but pivoted that paper lead agency from a paper lead agency to just taking things in-house and doing things in-house. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, build some online businesses. Haven't sold any courses or anything like that yet. And I'm building up my content and personal brand a lot right now. So I'm like posting a lot of content, going on a lot of podcasts. So yeah, happy to be here. Hopefully that's it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Max and I met at the ECOM North event down in Miami. So shout out to those guys. And that was a really good event, really good connections. Max just happened to be one of the people that I got to connect there. Max was looking, again, he's growing. He's got a lot of knowledge. He's growing his personal brand and wanted to come on some more podcasts. So I was like, perfect. Let's have you on the $100 Million Podcast and see if we can extract some golden business nuggets from you. So I know, Max, we talked like for over an hour just on jabbing back and forth, and you just, putting on a clinic of absolute beautiful business information. So I know you kind of have an idea of what you want to talk about, and I'll kind of hand that over to you of kind of first things.
Yeah, sure, I guess. I'm pretty good at bantering. So it's like, I think one of the biggest things I've been like focused on right now. So like the main thing I've been focusing right now is on like personal branding and content. I think like if you want to run ads to anything you do, you need to really you need to create like a really big cushion. That's number one. So like having like a lot of personal branding content creates a cushion for the ads. So it's like if you have an offer or you're running ads to something you're doing, having a lot of personal content is like a great way to like soften or cheapen the ads. So I've been going really hard on making a lot of content, trying to like, you know what I'm saying, trying to like build rapport and pre-close and like pre-qualify people with like lots of free content, pre-nurture. That's number 1. Number 2, the cool thing about personal making content, 1, you get a lot of, like, dopamine, like, you're getting likes and views and comments and DMs all day. That's, like, just, like, fun, cheap dopamine. It's not good, but it's fun. Like, I just get DMs all the time now, "Dude, like, I just see you all," like, every time I watch my reels, I see you now. So that's pretty cool, you know what I mean? And I'm getting, like, a lot of followers of, like, random people in the industry, like, slowly following me, and that's super interesting. And I just think like ads are getting more and more and more expensive. So if you're like an agency owner, coach, info consultant type, like you really got to get personal branding way up because it's like you really got to do whatever you can to make the ads as cheap as possible. You know what I mean? So it's like, because at the end of the day, when you're in this field, people are just like buying you. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what they're buying. So focusing on personal branding a lot and basically, like, God, dude, I was, like, hiring video editors and interviewing video editors, and I was just like, "Oh my god," like, for all this content, I'm just like, people are quoting me these numbers, and I'm just, like, doing the math, like, if I pay you this much money, it would take forever for the content to get done. It would be so freaking expensive to do all this content. And then, dude, like, I'm just, I'm the type of person where I'm always looking for the maximum point of leverage. Right? And so I'm like, I h everything before I hire, there's like a three-step process. Number 1, can I automate it with nothing? Like, can I automate it with software, cheap software, whatever? And then, like, number 2, can I hire a contractor or a consultant to show me how to do it or automate it? And then number 3 is when I hire people, right? And so, like, I started with step 1, and I'm just, like, going on ChatGPT, be like, can I just use AI to video edit everything? And it's like, yeah, you can. And they're way better than a video editor and way cheaper. Dude, dude, oh my God. I put in like 3, 4 hours of podcast footage. Like, I'm going to take this podcast and I'm going to dump it into an AI tool that costs $30 a month. And then it's good. Dude, there's this AI tool, Vizard, sponsor. No, I'm kidding. So there's a AI tool Hazard. I put in like 3 hours of podcast footage, and it made me hundreds of short form clips with subtitles inside of it. All like it literally like will go inside the video, find topics, put it into short form content for you, and like put in subtitles and auto edit it. And like it's not like 100% perfect, but like it's like 85% of the way there. And I rather have 85% quality and way more volume than like hiring editors and waiting hours and waiting for a week. Dude, I have a video editor who's like a beast. Bro, he's been editing this podcast for like a week and a half already. It's like, bro, like, all right, come on, bro. Like, let's fucking go. But it's like like, you don't understand. It's like, it's in person podcast like fucking K camera, super HD in person. It's like a multi-gigabyte, like huge file. They've taken a week and a half. And it's just insane. It's not worth the ROI. Like the leverage isn't there. It's way better to just have AI mass edit and auto. Dude, it's insane. It's $30 a month. You put in like multiple hours of footage. It creates unlimited short form content with you. I take it and I just slap it on Instagram.
Wh
You know, yeah.
What's the app called that you use, and have you used other ones, or
I just started with 2. The first one was like really bad. I don't want to name it, but like it was really bad because it was the AI did not do a good job at picking topics. So like I would give it an hour-long podcast and it would just like make so many short form videos that were nonsensical. Like it didn't flow, there was no story or topic to it. Then I used Vizard, bro, bro. It literally took the podcast, dissected all the talking points, and converted every single talking point into a short form video that's fully edited with like B-roll. like and the B-roll is terrible, but like it's good enough with B-roll fully edited with subtitles. Like if you go on my Instagram right now and look at the last few videos, that's all AI and zero human labor. It's insane.
on your
The art
Instagram?
Yeah, dude, look at my last few videos. That's pure AI, bro.
That's
Like, look at
crazy.
my reels.
I did. I was looking at them yesterday, actually.
Yes, dude,
That's
that's
crazy.
pure AI. And dude, the beginning videos is human labor. The AI is better editing and better at topic selection than the human. Like, it's insane at this point. Like, imagine next year. Like, imagine a year from now. I think every single business is going to be coding because it's so easy to code. Everybody's going to be coding. Everybody's going to be mass producing video. And I think like the amount of demand for video editors is going to be sky high. So like you would think that AI would automate the video editors. No, I think there's going to be more video editors than ever because it's just going to force multiply the demand for video. Because now everybody is going to be producing podcasts and videos and this and that. Everybody, the supermarket, the deli, the dentist, the accounting office, the plumber, everybody. It's going to force multiply demand for video like crazy. And there's probably going to be more video editors because of AI than there's ever been. Except instead of like using Adobe or whatever, like whatever video editors use, like they're just going to be using AI tools and they're just going to be managing AI tools. So I think there's going to be huge increase in demand for like video editing labor, which is like a narrative violation. It's contrary to what people are saying. Bro, people on Twitter are insane right now. Oh, we're not gonna have lawyers in 2 years. It's like, bro, what have you ever hired a lawyer for anything? Like, bro, like, I'm not talking about like a entry level contract or anything like that. It's like lawyers are not gonna go away. And then like, dude, there's one tweet I saw. This tweet literally said, bro, he said, entry level jobs will disappear in 2 years. Bro, I saw another tweet that said in 10 years, don't worry, you won't even need money. Like, don't worry about saving money. You won't need it in 10 years. It's like people are insane. Insane. Like Twitter, social media, like the business space is so silly, bro. So silly. We're gonna probably need more video editors than ever. We're probably gonna need more graphic designers than ever. They're just gonna be managing AI tools. And then like what's it called? What was I saying? Yeah, everybody's gonna be mass producing video. It's gonna be pretty crazy. And so I think like a big narrative violation is that like we're gonna need less labor. I think we're gonna need more. Like if everybody's vibe coding, it's gonna like force multiply demand for coding, and then you're gonna have way more coders than ever. I think like a year from now, the vast majority of my company will just be tech people. Will just be coders. Like, I think 80% of my staff will be coders and automation experts. That's it.
Mm.
And then, like, I'll have like one or two salespeople and like one or two designers, and then everybody's like tech focused. The vast majority of the time I spend with my team is tech, AI, and automation. And if you're not doing that, you're just silly. Like, so it's just like, look, I barely speak to this person. I barely speak to that person. I spend the vast majority, like, I have a tiny team, and the vast majority of the time I spend with my small team is on tech and automation and like AI tech and automation. And like, that's probably what everybody should be doing. And so I think, yeah, and like, I see all these tweets and stuff. Dude, Twitter is super pessimistic. It's insane. It's like every marketing agency will die. It's like, bro, have you ever have you ever scaled any company ever? Like, you know what I mean? So they'll have like a marketing AI tool, and I want these marketing AI tools to come faster, dude. Like, cause I know like these marketing AI tools, what they're gonna do is they're gonna eviscerate all the cheap, scammy, spammy overseas agencies. They're gonna mass eviscerate all the like cheap, low talent, like talentless, overpriced marketing agencies that pop out of nowhere. And what that's gonna do, it's gonna clean the industry, and I think it's gonna raise demand, and it's going to be easier for serious marketing agencies to make and everybody like a lot of people think the opposite. I think it's a narrative violation. I think the more AI marketing, like the more like every day, every week on Twitter, an AI CMO goes viral, and then like some guys like CMOs are done. Every agency is done. It's like, okay, buddy, gotcha. Okay, cool. And then there's like some like Claude white label rapper that's like automates something in marketing. You know what I mean? Like marketing is very game theory. Whatever is automated cancels out, and then marketing becomes the next thing. Marketing is never the thing that can be automated. It's not marketing anymore, right? The thing that can be automated isn't advertising. The thing that can be automated is sales. It's procedure. It's systems. That's not marketing. Like marketing is this really cool, weird thing where it's the thing that can't be procedurized, that can't be automated, that can't be SOP'd. Like, it's
Mm,
impossible to SOP high-level marketing talent because high-level marketing talent doesn't exist in history. It only exists in the future. So it's like this weird game theory thing where it's like, if you automate X marketing, the marketing becomes the thing that's next, right?
yeah. Are you saying yeah, this is interesting. I wanna maybe talk
Yeah.
more about that, is, like, marketing is the analyzing of what's happening now. I mean, you see on YouTube, everybody starts, Alex Ramonzi posts a certain thumbnail that looks a certain way, and then every other marketing podcast posts the exact same thumbnail, but with that person. And then at some point, you stop seeing that thumbnail anymore. But that
Yep.
would be like what needs to be kept up, what's future proof, what's innovative and hasn't been done before, and kind of stuff. Is that where you're saying that's more like marketing,
I'm
and you feel like
saying
AI is not at a place that it could be creative enough to, predict what's going to be hot next?
what I'm saying is the first thumbnail that's new is marketing. Everything after that is like sales or operations or just strategy. But that first thumbnail, that's marketing. Like the first people who posted on TikTok during COVID when it was brand new, that's marketing. Everyone who followed suit, that's not marketing. That's just selling. That's just part of the process. Like marketing is the new thing that hasn't done before. It's not true marketing if it's not creative. Like if it's not new or you know what I'm trying to say? And so like what I'm trying to say with AI is like you cannot automate marketing because the marketing is the thing that's next. More like if you like for example, like I've been media buying for like over a decade, right? So let's use media buying as an example of how automation will not automate marketing, right? So let's start in 2015. Marketing was super technical. If you ran Google search ads, you were literally handpicking keywords. The keywords were super cheap. Like it was just like 30 cents per click, very manual work, right? Google search back then was a money printing machine. Cause literally, like, I want a green hat with LA on it. I want a Prada hat with like a gold Prada logo on the front. It was so easy and cheap to get keywords, right? So that's like in 2014, 2015. And, like, you know what I mean? What the Facebook ads just came out back then, and it was, like, dirt cheap per click back then, right? But it was, like, very manual. You had targeting was super important. You had to target the hell out of every Facebook ad campaign, and you had to, like you know what I mean? And so, like, that was, like, 2015. Then they automated, like, the hell out of Google search. Google search isn't even manual anymore. It's pretty much just AI mass picking keywords for you in combination with outbound formats like display and YouTube. Like Google search is like people are using Google search less and less and less and less. Google search in itself is actually very automated and is barely manual anymore as of a few years ago. So like 10 years ago, everything was super manual. 5 years ago, it became super automated. Pretty much everybody was going broader and broader. Everybody was letting AI do the targeting. And so what happened? What was next? Next was creative and funnel, right? Creative, funnel, and offer. That was marketing then. Media buying became creative and landers and offer and angles, creative strategy, avatar strategy, stuff like that. That was next because the targeting, the manual media buying work became automated. So you had the next. And then like AI is going to automate the hell out of XYZ. But marketing will become the thing that's next. And then it's like, that's how it's going to be. So marketing is this cool thing where it's like, if AI cancels out what's old, there's going to be a whole slew of what's new. So it's like with media buying now, like what is media buying about now? Well, for ecom, it's all about landers. It's all about positioning, communication, angles, creative strategy, and product. Almost nothing to do with media buying itself, right? But like media buying was automated, but it's not. It's actually more work than ever. All right. So ecom media buying is pretty much automated. But is it? Like now you're just you're making ridiculous amounts of creative, LOL. You're making ridiculous amounts of landers with AI. You're testing like all these different ecom products basing on the climate trends, stuff like that. All these angles, all these websites, all these influencers, all these organic content channels in tandem with the ads. Like, holy, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it got automated, but then like there's whole new world popped up, right? And think with lead gen, I focus on media buying lead gen. It's like, yeah, the targeting, like the media buying itself got automated, but the creative work is humongous. And now you have to do enormous amounts of organic work to make the lead gen paid media work. So you automated the media buying, but you skyrocketed demand for personal branding and organic and this and that. It's like more work than ever. So everything
Yeah.
should force multiplied. So I don't know if that made sense, but I hope it.
Yeah, let me say that kind of in or just kind of what I'm hearing from you is that it was a lot of manual labor stuff, so any kind of systems and tasks we know from, like, Claude Cowork and Clawbot and stuff like that, any kind of thing that we can write down as an SOP in a system that just needs literally a person to click here, click there, and click there, that's something that AI can take over, and that's very brainless, right? Very just mediocre, but the whole point of marketing is standing out amongst the crowd is the point of marketing. So as everybody kind of AI comes in, takes over all these medial tasks, and then everybody is going to be on the same playing field, it's the really, really good marketers that are going to be able to be the ones that go next above everybody else and are able to stand out in front of that crowd. And then at some point, AI is going to catch up to them. And then everybody's going to be on that same level. And then it's up to the real marketers to be the ones standing out on the crowd going forward. But I definitely agree that I think it's been such a media buy, media buy, how do we paid ads and stuff like that, and I kinda hear what you're saying is, like, now everything's kinda reverting because, like, I mean, honestly, dude, CPMs are getting outrageously expensive now. It's almost like depending on the product, I mean, dude, for a $20 product for one of the brands, it's like $120 CPM. I'm like, "How are they expecting to make money off this with the amount of traffic and competition that they have for that paid ads?" The
Crazy.
one way that you can do it for free, but it is a lot of work as far as free advertising is the algorithm, the organic algorithm. And I think that definitely is like that is a skill to be able to use the organic algorithm system for your brand. That is more of a skill than I think, setting up an ads manager. You can use ChatGPT to set up an ads manager and post a video, but ChatGPT will not tell you how to make an ad, video go viral. It can't like do that for you. Maybe at some point it'll help like give the tools in, but I think organic is one of those things. It's kind of like the same thing. You'll never be able to catch up to organic. I don't think anything will be automated to go absolutely viral because what's going to be viral is always something different than what everybody else is doing. But yeah, I mean, I like what you're saying. And I think the reason we started this whole conversation was you're doing your own personal brand. And I want to
Mhm.
talk a little bit more about like, why are you yourself doing a personal brand? Do you have an actual goal right now of like, okay, I'm doing this personal brand so my ads will land softer so I can get them to buy my X? Or is it more of a future proof? So whatever the possibly heck I want to do, I have a personal brand and anything I want to do. And I can do it with the personal brand. It's just going to kind of help me no matter what I decide to do.
Yeah. So it's a bunch of different things. So number one, yeah, just to surmise what you said, if you can SOP it, it's not marketing anymore. It's just operations and sales. If you can SOP it, it's not marketing. Because if you can SOP it, someone else can SOP it, and it's just going to get saturated and canceled out. So it's like, if you can SOP it, is it really marketing? No. You know what I mean? So put that aside. So why am I doing a lot of personal branding? Number one, I love content because I realized there's so much experience and information in my brain that content is an incredible way to monetize everything you know. So if you have like something in your brain and it's like it's not enough to like keep behind a paywall, but it's like I have like terabytes of knowledge in my brain that I just don't monetize, and that pisses me off. Like, and so the awesome thing about content is that it's like also it's like you just monetize everything that's in your brain. You know what I mean? Like you have a son, like everything you know about taking care of your son in the year 2026, you can convert that into content and it will help you make money somehow. Like, you know what I mean? Like even like kids are like, this is gonna be like weird, a bit corny, but like having kids actually increases your close rate. Makes you like a more trustworthy, wholesome person.
That's so true. I use a picture of my son and my wife all the time to build rapport and connect with people. I'm like, "Look at my son. He's so handsome. Little cute boy."
Exactly. So it's just like all like you can make so much content about your family, all the knowledge you gained as a father and husband, right? And that's monetizing content. So I adore the idea that nothing is wasted in my brain because I can convert it into content and I can capitalize and monetize. Like I want to monetize everything. And it just pisses me off that there's so much experience and information here and it's not monetized. It's like, no, if I know something, I'm not letting it go to waste. It's going out there in the internet. It's going to become a form of media. That media is going to travel the internet 24/7 forever, constantly looking for potential customers to convert. Okay. So I love that about content. That's number one. Number two, 10 personal branding softens and cheapens paid media. So it's like if you run ads, you have like this wonderful content feed of like this super nuanced, technical, high IQ stuff, but also like family stuff and trust, like stuff that makes you more trustworthy and all this proof and testimonials. And like, look at this guy, he's on all these podcasts. Look at this guy, he has all these podcast guests. I can probably, your trust elevates, your trust points elevates. So yeah, it definitely softens CPM rates. It definitely not CPM rates. What it does is it softens cost per sale. So it doesn't decrease CPMs, but it makes it easier to close a deal because you're a real person that you can trust. Like there's all this wealth of knowledge, Max. And I was like, people will scroll through my feed and they're like, whoa, wow, oh, whoa, he knows a lot. You know what I mean? It gives you a lot of leverage as like a personality. You know what I mean? It kind of pre-sells them. Also, like if they see your personality on social media, they will subconsciously absorb your personality. And what happens is there's less ego shock when they get on a sales call because they know you, they feel you out. And then, like, when they get on a sales call, they're like, they kind of had this cyber rapport, this virtual rapport with you, and like there's less ego shock, there's less awkwardness on the sales call. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's
Mm.
another reason I'm doing a lot of content. Number three, I'm making a lot of content and I'm throwing it at the wall because like I want to see like my strategy with products is I like the market to tell me what it wants. I like the market to tell me what it wants. And so when I'm making all this content, I want to see what's getting the most traction, the most views, the most likes, the most DMs, the most shares. And like I want the market to tell me what it wants from me. Like so for example, like if I do like a quick eyeball of the content, right? Let's just see like what's one of my most popular videos is a video that says most companies should not run ads. So like that's the market telling you something. Like there's thousands of people out there, like multiple people shared it, like people DM me about this video. They're like, "Yo, dude, like finally somebody says it. Like finally somebody says like just because you have an ecom brand doesn't mean you'll be profitable." You know what I'm trying to say? It's like so like the market is telling me there's a lot of people who are thirsty and yearning for somebody to give them the assurance that most e-com brands will not make money with ads. So, like, what does that mean? Like, what is the market saying? Maybe the market wants a cheaper way to sell e-com products. Maybe the market wants a more organic way to sell cheap products. The market agrees and says, yes, yeah, most e-com brands should not be running ads. That's right, Max. So, like, so the market is saying something. It's communicating something. And like the more content I have and the more data I have in relation to me. So my personal content is a relationship I have with the market. So it's Max and the market, and there's data synthesized between the two of us. So it's like when you make content, there's going to be data synthesized between the market and John Klein, and I'm getting and the same thing with me. So like for example, when I was analyzing your YouTube channel, you had one viral video, just one. And it was like I forgot what it was, but like let me just like Google it real quick. I forgot what it was. It was like some esoteric thing. It was like some esoteric reel or something like that. Why doesn't it search over? Come on, man. 100 million podcast John Klein. So it's like the market is like slowly explaining to me like what it wants. Here it is. It got 10,000 views. Curing chronic diseases.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Toby Barak. That one was. I think the reason that one went is we we launched some. I mean, we launched. We put some money behind it just to kind of like
Oh,
boost it, but it didn't get any shares really. It didn't really get any likes. It just kind of like got, I think, more views. So that even tells you something that we paid to push it out, but it didn't actually have attraction to it. It's just we were the one forcing, it to get views, and it didn't really do anything. That was like a test. That was kind of a test thing, but
yeah, but it's basically you have all these videos and like let's say like nothing is getting traction. That's a
right,
signal. Like that's
right.
a signal. So it's like for me on my Instagram feed, like definitely like getting traction. So it's like I think there's this appetite for somebody to be like, instead of selling e-com ads, it's like start an e-com ads agency, start a Shopify, buy my dropshipping course, da da da. There's clearly an appetite for somebody to come in. It's like, yo, like, can you guys do math? It's really like you guys know most e-com products can't be profitable with ads, right? Like, can you do math? Like, there's this hunger for that voice, and there's a business there. There's like a product forming slowly. You know what I'm trying to say? It's let me like what's the other biggest one? So like the other biggest one is this. So my other content that's most popular is where I basically explain. I basically have a mock sales call with this guy I'm consulting. And I'm explaining to him, it's like, dude, if a person is constantly worried about the price that you're selling them, the price of your retainer, constantly looking for something cheaper, it's like, you don't have to sell to them, bro. Like you can just like bypass them. And I'm one of the most popular things I say is it's better to replace a lead than persuade a lead. It's better to replace than to persuade. That's like a big quote I have. And so that's my second most popular video. So like my other stuff aren't as don't pick up as much traction. The ones where I give marketing advice, the ones where I'm more motivational, that doesn't pick up traction. What does pick up traction? Number one, most e-com businesses can't make money with ads. Interesting. Number two, don't oversell people. Don't oversell people. It's better to replace bad leads. You know what I'm saying?
If you see me make a YouTube short later this weekend of that phrase, then that's where I got it from.
sure, tag me. But what I'm saying is like I'm already seeing people copy my content, by the way. It's actually hilarious.
That's
Today,
flattering.
dude, I commented on the reel. I'm like, hey man, if you're gonna credit me, like if you're gonna copy me, like you literally just copied my reel. You literally just said most ecom brands shouldn't run ads. Like you literally follow me. You know who I am. You posted this reel a day after dude, like how about a tag or something, all right, bud? So it's like people are literally copying my content already. It's crazy. So it's just like, so we have two pieces of content. One is about don't oversell a lead. It's better to replace than persuade. And then another one is like, don't push ads on a business that doesn't need it. So it's like, you see, like, there's something forming. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the common theme is, but it's probably something along the lines of there's a lot of agencies and brands who are seeing the content and they're like, finally somebody says it. Like, finally somebody says the opposite of whatever drop shipping guru, blah, blah, blah said. Like, I'm going against the grain and people are
Yeah.
loving it, right?
Everybody's just like, "Oh, just run ads and you'll oh, you need better creatives. Oh, you're not getting good enough ROAS." This is my thing. "Oh, you're not getting enough good enough ROAS. The creatives are bad." It's like, no, the creatives are actually performing really well if you look at the click-through rate and the metrics and stuff like that, but it's your CPMs are really high, your cost per clicks tend to be high because of that, and then, your CAC ends up being triple the price of your product if you have a cheap product. It doesn't make sense,
Yeah, if
and
you
unfortunately, it's like but then I like what you're saying though is like, that doesn't mean quit. It might mean quit, but it might mean organic might be the way you need to go. Affiliate marketing might be the way you need to go. Like you need to find a better way to, yeah, you know,
yeah, if
get that
you're
traffic.
selling fucking spiral notebooks, you're probably not gonna crush with ads. Like, I'm sorry, your, like, dream journal business isn't gonna crush. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's a reason why everybody does supplements, because it's subscription, right? That's why. The reason why everybody has a supplement brand, it's not they're passionate about it, because it's retention. People subscribe and buy a lot, so the ads make sense. So I think what's forming is this anti-trend, anti-guru offer where it's like do the opposite of what the other agencies are saying and monetize it somehow. I'm not sure what it is yet, but like if I post 500, like if I post 5 videos a day, which is super easy with AI because of what I explained to you, I'm gonna take this hour-long podcast, dump it, and I'm gonna get easily 50 reels out of this 1 hour long video, easily. So if I post 500 pieces of content, there's going to be a huge signal. There's going to be a cluster that's going to be like, Max, do this. The market really wants it. And then I'll have like some sort of easy, high margin, very profitable, low labor offer there because the market is gonna tell me what it really wants. You know what I'm trying to say? So, like, that's what I'm do also, that's the last thing I'm doing with my branding. I'm just throwing stuff out there and just be like, "What does the market want?" So far, the leading thing is e-com brands are tired of running ads,
Yeah.
and agencies are tired of selling to people who don't wanna buy. Like,
Mm.
something common is happening, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's really interesting because again, it really is I think slowly and slowly ads are becoming more very, very, very product specific. At first, it was more generalized. You can run an ad for pretty much any product, but I think over these years, I mean, just as CPMs are getting higher and higher on these platforms, faster, more brands are coming out trying to run ads faster than more accounts on Facebook and Instagram are being made. All these kids coming up in high school, making an account, and then do they even have the money to be able to buy the product that you're trying to sell them? But I think that's coming faster. More products are coming out faster because of all these AI and stuff. It's easier than ever to pretty much come up with a brand and put it out there. But I like what you're saying is that pretty much you're wanting to see what the market's going to tell you, and then you're going to find a money making opportunity where you can provide value to something that they want, and then you're going to make a really easy, frictionless offer for that.
Yeah, not like a like high margin, low labor, easy to sell because it's all pre-qualified with personal content. Like, I think everybody should build a 100K a month, super high profit margin offer on the back of personal branding. So it's like just like start posting content and just like slowly build a way to get like organic clients every month and just make like 50, 100, like 50K a month in pure profit just with your organic content. You know what I mean? Just like a low labor, frictionless consultative thing. You know what I mean? That's like the type, like, I love those businesses, man. Like, I'm very low revenue, high margin type of guy. I don't understand high revenue, low margin businesses. It's like, okay, bro, you have fun with that. It's like You know what I mean? You do your thing. I think profit margins are a direct reflection of the value of your product. So it's like, Apple, Google, like all the best companies in the world, their profit margins are ridiculously high. And there's people who go, there's business gurus who are like, your margin is my opportunity. Like you're a coward. You're not a real entrepreneur if you have high margins. True entrepreneur scale. It's like, dude, Apple's profit margin is like 40%, bro. Visa, MasterCard, their profit margins like 50%, bro. Wall Street companies, hedge funds, their margins are even higher sometimes. Like, chill out, bud. Okay, like relax, buddy. Google's profit margins like 40%. If Google wanted higher profit margins, they can get it. So like chill out, little business guru. Like you're literally wrong. It's like the richest people in the world are saying you're wrong. Wall
Yeah.
Street wants margins.
I'm having such a brain fart. Who's the best investor in the world right now? Buffett. Warren Buffett said that the best companies are the ones with the highest margin. He said he can tell if a company's gonna fail or go depending on how big their margin is. And that's
Yeah,
like such an easy telltale sign, 100%. And if the margin's not big enough, that means it's not niche enough, so there's saturation. Because if it's, kinda like Apple, the reason they can do it, they're the only ones that do what they do. You can't compete on the iOS software, they own the iOS software, and if you wanna be a part of the iOS software, you have to buy through them, they're gatekeeping it pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah. It's
Versus
a
when it
reflection.
comes to some other Windows products, and stuff like that here and there, they do have to kind of somewhat fight on price because 'cause they're fighting over each other, it's a little different.
It's a reflection of your moat. Like Buffett loved moats. And moats is just like, moat is just a fancy way of saying the best offense is great defense. That's really what it is. And so it's like, I love high profit margins. Like, love it. You know what I mean? I'm a low revenue profit margin guy. I could have easily scaled my agency, make way more money, but it's just like, oh, I gotta get the account managers and this and that. And then, like, I always predicted AI would gut most agencies, and now it's happening. Like, everybody with all these account managers and this and that, it's like, you have fun now, bro. You have fun now. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I always kept my agency like nimble and made less money because I just didn't want the insane stress of scaling an agency. Like, and also agency equity is garbage versus like scaling e-com equity is a fantastic idea, but scaling agency equity, it's like, like it's kind of worthless. Like agency equity, like it's valuable, but is it? You know, it's really not that valuable. So it's just like, but now that I'm building a construction company, I care deeply about that equity. And I'm building a financial services company, I care deeply about that equity. Because like agency equity, it's like whatever. But like construction equity is like 10x. EBITDA versus like agencies like maybe X. Like if you have a great buyer and you have a great agency, like the best you can get is 3x EBITDA. You know what I mean? That's like the best. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I don't care as much about agency equity. Like for agency, it's in my opinion, it's better to be low revenue, high profit. Because what are you building your equity? Like what are you building? What are you building your equity for? Like what? Like what? Nobody wants to buy it. Like they're not gonna give you a crazy multiple anyway. You might as well like the smartest thing any agency owner can do is just build a scaling house of businesses that you co-own or fully own and scale internally because if you're such a great marketer, just build your own stuff, you know? Yeah.
What's out of all this, you got into e-commerce and stuff like that, what was, like, one of the first kinda entryways into e-commerce? Was it agency route, or was it your
Ecom.
own brand?
Oh no, the first was like building a software company that completely failed. Good lord, building a software company was hard as hell. Technologically, it's hard as hell, and then also, oh my god, then, like, distribution and marketing, like, SaaS has such low like, a SaaS is, like, 30 bucks a month, 100 bucks a month, so hard to run ads for. It's so hard to sell software outside of organic means and word of mouth and affiliate. So I started with SaaS, desperately failed, like completely failed. Then we pivoted to B2B, like high ticket ecom, where it was like a lead gen B2B ecom hybrid. That's like the first success. Scaled that to like
And that
that's
was
an
a
e-
agency, or are you saying a business?
that was a B2B ecom brand, custom uniforms.
Yeah, okay, right, right.
Yeah, and then I started the ads agency kind of accidentally, you know what I mean? And then, started other B2B, like, started my own stuff, e-com stuff here, and then I have, like, a bunch of things. I'm, like, way more private, way more secretive. Like, I don't like to talk too much unless I'm, like, making money with a course, so I'm not gonna tell you what I'm doing, or not you, like, in general. So it's just like, I don't care if people know I'm building construction company. I don't care if people know I'm building a financial services company. But both of those companies were born from Paper Lead, right? So I did Paper Lead and I'm like, oh, you're closing like 15% of my leads? It's like, and I'm just like doing the math. I'm like, oh, you're making a lot. And I'm like, I'm like selling leads, building no equity.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, "Oh, yeah, it's a good idea. Like, if I could just take these super awesome, easy to close leads that I'm getting, like I'm getting these construction leads with like a 15% close rate. They're like 20, $30 a piece and like 15% close. That's like a few $100s to make thousands, if not 10, 20, 30K in profit. It's like, oh, I should really just bite the bullet and just do this myself." And did that slowly. Super hard to build a construction firm, by the way. So hard. Don't do it. But like I'm slowly building it out. It's like tiny. It's nothing big or successful, but it will be, right? And then my financial services company, that took forever to figure out the lead gen. And then once I figured out the lead gen, I'm like, well, if I close like 1 out of 30, if I close like 1 out of 50 of these leads, I make ridiculous money. Like, I did the math and I'm like, even if, my close rate is terrible, I make all this money, it's like,
Hard to pass up on.
maybe I should just do it myself. And it's just like, it sucks to do it, but you just gotta bite the bullet and do it. You know what I mean? So it's like, so it's just like paper lead is a fantastic way to
Do you
mass test businesses.
do you feel like you're oversaturated? Do you like having multiple businesses, or do you feel like, kind of, Jeff Bezos, you kinda stick with one thing and grow that thing to be
Well, let's
crazy?
talk
It's like a
about
big
Jeff.
conversation going on, you know?
Yeah, I was talking about Jeff Bezos. There's this fictional narrative where Bezos, did Bezos focus on one thing? He sold books for a few years, yeah, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, let's say focus is you sold one genre of books in one area. This dude did every book in every genre in the world, and then, like, he quickly started selling CDs and record like, whatever, like, music CDs and, like, video tapes, I think, too, I don't know. This idea that Jeff Bezos and whatnot focus so much, is it? Like, let's did Mark Zuckerberg focus? Like, he built like a social graph where people can become friends with each other, but also,
Yeah.
like, then he built the feed, and then he
Do you
built,
feel
like,
like those
messaging.
are different because it's all in the same business? Like, he's just expanding Facebook's stickiness, right? Mark Zuckerberg is just
Well,
like,
I
"Let me
think
let me expand the amount of reasons for a person to come to Facebook," versus, like, me as a business owner, I've got the service business, couple service businesses, and other e-com businesses and stuff like that, and, like, those are totally different things. They don't really clash together, except for the agency, that's very helpful to learn how to run ads and whatnot, but
well, I literally only have one company, and that's the Legion company. So my expertise is I'm an internet marketer. I focus on internet marketing. That's what I do. And so my zone of gene, like what I've been doing for like 10 years is internet marketing. That's all I've been doing for like the decade. So it seems like I'm doing all these things. Am I? Like, I'm not building. I don't have a head. You see a hammer in my hand? Am I
yeah,
going
you're
to?
just really good at marketing,
Yeah,
right?
all I'm doing is I have a business that does internet marketing. And instead of having clients, I have businesses where I'm the face of it, right? So I literally just have a internet marketing company and that's it. So like all I do is internet marketing because that's
That's
all
interesting.
construction is. Construction is sales and marketing.
Internet marketing is like that's number one business, and then obviously all these businesses need to be ran, they need to have, like, somebody running day-to-day operations, making sure everything actually gets executed. So do you have business partners that you partner with, or
Yeah,
are you the CEO of all of them?
my brother runs the ecom. Okay, so that's awesome. So and I have partners in other endeavors. And so it's like, you know what I mean? I focus on my zone of genius. I'm an internet marketer. I'm a lead gen guy, internet marketer. That's what I do. I'm gonna do internet marketing for the rest of my life. I love it. I was designed to sell. Like I was born in a laboratory, like designed in a laboratory to sell shit. I love selling shit. Like there's nothing that gives me more dopamine than the pang of selling something. But like the operations and the fulfillment and the this and the talking to people, it's like, wow, back up. I love there's a what I'm most passionate about is maximum points of leverage. That's what I love. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, what's the highest leverage thing I can do? And so I love internet marketing and ads because that's really all it is. It's just synthesizing and facilitating maximum points of leverage. But I'm an internet marketer. Like, I also like, for example, like I'll do like investing related stuff, but I turn off my brain and let somebody else help me with that.
Right.
So what I do is I focus on internet marketing and then like as an entrepreneur, I just, you're not an entrepreneur if you're not getting a team to do other stuff for you. You're just a hustler, right? So it's just like, so the goal is to just focus on my zone of genius while other people do other things. So it's like my thing is internet marketing. I'm an internet marketer. I love internet marketing. That's what I focus on. But luckily for 99% of businesses, the only thing that matters is marketing. For most construction companies, it's just sales and marketing. At the end of the day, it's selling labor and it's selling to clients. In construction, the most important thing isn't clientele, it's labor. So the marketing powers focuses on labor, not clients. That's super interesting, isn't it? So it's like my marketing powers are used for labor, you know? And so one of my clients is a logistics company. They spend zero marketing dollars on clients. They spend all marketing dollars on labor because they make tens of thousands of dollars a month in profit per employee, but their biggest issue is getting employees. And so all of their marketing dollars focuses on employees because every time they get an employee, profit. It's like a super labor. It's kind of like it's not an MLM, but like what's an MLM? You're just recruiting people. So it's just like so construction is very different, but like what 99% of businesses need is just more customers in a better way. So it's like 99% of businesses is just a marketing problem, truly. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I'm just building an internet marketing company. That's it.
Yeah.
And so it's like Amazon has all these books. I have an internet marketing with all these business lines. That's it.
Is would you say your expertise is, of course, probably in all things, but, so when you do marketing, it's just a lead gen, but there's also, increasing the average order value. You can increase the amount that a person pays, your current traffic, emails, to the reoccurring revenue of people that you already have emails for. They already know about you, and you're basically just increasing the amount that you can get from that person, right? The lifetime value of that customer. But there's also marketing of just net new people coming in, reaching out, grabbing people, bringing them into the system. Tell me a little bit about like the growth strategy behind a company, because obviously, if you're just running ads, it needs to be profitable. Are you also very much touching the purchase price, different strategies for increasing the average order values? Tell me about like that kind of like
Everything.
back end stuff.
Everything is super nuanced. So like for example, um for say like the construction stuff, it's like it's a lot of like the lead gen is kind of easy, but like the labor, oh my god, bro, the labor is impossible. Like the difficulty constraint in construction is labor. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's just like how do we figure out how to recruit labor in an efficient way? So that I'm not going to talk about it, but like for that, that's what we do. For like financial services, it's like how do we get people who are ready to buy? How do we get people that don't need insane amounts of nurturing? How do we get people who will like buy a month from now, 3 months from now? Because like a 3 month sales cycle in financial services is fantastic. So it's like one thing I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out like an avatar type that's really easy to close that we can just close repeatedly. So I'm testing stuff like that. But everybody is completely different. If there was a pattern, then that's a bad business. So if there's like a set out plan of what you focus on, that's a bad business because then it could be easily copied and replicated. You know what I mean? The best businesses are like where it's like so nuanced, it's like super hard to replicate. You know what I mean? So it's like to answer your question, every business is radically different. Sometimes AOV is not even an issue. Sometimes LTV is not even an issue. Sometimes pricing isn't an issue. It's like labor is the issue. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the times pricing, LTV, this, that, lander isn't the issue. Like the issue is sales cycle speed. So it's like it's something that takes 6 months to close, but you want to close in 2 months. Stuff like that. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like sometimes it has nothing to do with AOV, this, that, or the other. But what I'm trying to respond to your question is you want a business, you want a marketing strategy where it's not logical, it's not sensible, it's so nuanced, you cannot program it, programmatize it, you cannot SOP it, and it's hard for people on the outside to understand what you're doing. You know, I hope that answers it.
100%, 100%. What's like the biggest thing that you feel like e-com companies are doing wrong? Like super common. You see this, they think they're running their reels, and you're like, I literally see this everywhere. Fix this. It will help you. I promise.
Yeah, man, you're not gonna Facebook ads your problems away. You know what I mean? Like Facebook ads or ads in general will only work if you have an amazing LTV. If you look at all the best companies in e-com, they're either like ridiculously high margin, like maybe like a mattress brand, or they have like high LTV. There's nothing else. Okay. The vast majority of successful e-com brands, they're mainly like supplements and beauty. Why? Because people buy over and over and over and over again. And so it's like the biggest mistake people e-com brands make is they try to advertise their problems away. It's like you don't you most e-com businesses have an accounting problem. They have an accounting problem, not an ads problem. Fix the accounting, then the ads. Or like they have like a product issue. They have a product that's not high margin, or more importantly, they don't have a subscription. They don't have an LTV. Like for goodness sake, you need a product that people will spend the next year or two buying. Like there was this ecom brand that's huge. Everybody knows this ecom brand. Everybody wishes they had them as a client. Massive supplement brand. I'm not going to say who they are. Their LTV is like 2 to 3 years. So everybody's wondering how they spend all this money on ads. It's like, my G, their average customers like spends 2.5 years buying their product. They can lose money for 3 months and make it all back for 2 and a quarter years. You understand? So it's just like ecom brands, their biggest mistake is accounting. They're trying to Facebook ads their problem away. It's like, do you have the accounting to support what you're doing? Like, hello? So the biggest issue is laws of physics, mathematics, accounting. You hired another agency and they're going to make all this creative and they're like, hello, math is math. If you sell a fucking pencil, you're not going to advertise your problems away. You don't need a pencil, you need an office supply company where you have businesses come back every month, every quarter to supply their needs. So don't sell pencils, sell office supply chains. Don't sell supplements, sell health subscriptions, right? Don't sell beauty, sell beauty plans, beauty procedures, beauty lifestyles, because that's a subscription, that's a LTV thing. The accounting works. So the most important thing ecom brands have an issue with is laws of physics and mathematics. Like sit in front of Excel and do some goddamn accounting. Yeah.
What's with like kind of today's day and age, having a brand, how much capital do you feel like is needed to you feel like just obviously do the accounting first, make sure that is met as the way to go, and then say, hey, it's going to cost you to get up and started and all these different things. So there's that side. And then the kind of second part to that question is say somebody, Joe Woe, had a product they wanted to start. Do you feel like organic right now is the best way by far to just kind of get that product up and launched?
So capital, it depends, man. It depends. I think for an e-com brand, you need at least 50 Gs, bro. You gotta have at least 50 Gs. You know what I mean? Just like for inventory alone, like 50 Gs is light, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like for e-com, at least 50 Gs. And then what was the second one? What was the second question?
If you're a smaller e-com brand and it's like, hey, don't even start, seek capital or try to do it organic.
I mean, organic is always the best. Because if you're getting money organically, that's always the best. So, like, if you can pray to God and, like, if you have something so good and your organic marketing skills are so good, you can make money with organic. There was this guy who sold mini katana. He would get tens of millions of views a month on YouTube, and he just sold his brand. Like, obviously, organic is best because it's the highest margins. So, if you can make organic work, do it. But, like, dude, you can't start an e-com business without, like, 50 Gs or at least, like, access to 50 Gs. Like a credit line of 50 Gs, something like, bro, you're not gonna do e-com with 5 grand. Like, come on now. There's a reason why all these e-com guys sell info. There's a reason why all these e-com guys become agency owners. Because they do the e-com thing, they have the Shopify screenshot of 500K a month. You know how many e-com brands I consulted? Were doing 500 million dollars a month, and then they're like, "Yeah, we're like 500K in debt." I'm like, dude, I spoke to one of the biggest TikTok shop brands, and dude, I spent like 2 hours talking to them, and they're like, at the end of the conversation, they're like, "Yeah, we're like 500K in debt." I'm like, it makes sense why it's like you guys are so cheap. You guys are huge on TikTok shop, but low key, you're losing money. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, hopefully they get out of that hole. But the thing is, it's like there's a reason why all these e-com guys have courses, do info, do agency, do mentorships, do consulting. There's a reason for that. You know what I mean?
What do you think the percentages of like actual profitable e-com brands are now?
1%,
Profitable, scalable?
less than 1%.
You think most people are just kind of like out there, most of these guru guys just kind of, well, if they're not selling a course, most of these people that have a brand, they're just kind of like floating, treading water, and then at some point just going to kind of sell it and break even. I'm good friends with this guy. He buys a lot of businesses, and that's kind of what he was saying. It's like the best deals because really you're just buying inventory,
Yeah.
and the other guy's just basically saying, take the inventory and I'm gonna walk away. Um,
You're
and
not
that's how you
buying
get really
inventory,
good
you're buying
deals.
inventory and or you're buying SEO positioning because they're already ranked on Google. You're buying like email lists, you know what I'm saying? You're buying Amazon and eBay and Walmart rankings and reviews. So there's a lot you buy. So I think less than 1% of e-com brands make real money, truly. Like out of 1,000 Shopify brands, 80% probably don't even make a dollar. The other 20% make money, but only a very tiny percentage like make serious money. It's kind of like day trading. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like let me put it this way. There's probably how many Shopify stores were made all time, right? 10 million.
Jeez.
Over 10 million. How many e-com brands exist making money, bro? 10,000? 50,000? What percent is that? You understand? You understand? You see the numbers that are in my favor? I may be too pessimistic, but like the vast minority is
What
making.
do you think e-com brands need to do if they're kind of in a pickle? You don't feel like they're not making profit. How do you know or how do you analyze or consult a brand to say, "Hey, cut your losses and get out right now before it gets worse. Hey, this is something that you can fix actually. You've just been doing it wrong." Or do you
Yeah.
feel like, you know, what do you often see?
I think what I would do personally is I would be like, mathematically, you cannot scale past this point. There's no amount of creatives and ads I can do to scale you. So it's like, the real gold is like insane organic. But bro, organic is insanely hard. So it's just like it's super hard to convert organic into e-com at scale, making tens of millions of dollars, right? So it's like, think the most important thing is like In e-com, I think the most important thing is to have the ability to operate on a low margin and scale. Like the audacity and mental fortitude to scale at Physician's Choice. Bro, their profit margin is like 10%. Like they do like 300 mil, but they're making like 10% profit margin, right? So it's like I think the best advice is be like, hey, what's like your ROAS? What's your goal ROAS? It's like, oh, John has to get me a 3 ROAS plus on the ads. That's what we agreed on. It's like, well, why 3 ROAS? Because if you do a 3 ROAS, we make 25% in profit. It's like, well, how badly do you want to scale? It's like, we need to scale. We need to scale, Max. It's like, okay, you got to give up the ROAS. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Contribution margin, baby. Yeah.
I think they need to toughen up because if you truly,
That's such a huge thing. You're like, so many people I talk to, they're like, "Oh, no, it's all about the ROAS." It's like, "No, it's contribution margin, and you'd rather make $100,000,000 a year with even a 5% profit margin than the $20,000 a month you're making right now on your 3x, 4x ROAS." Like, "Oh, look, these other guys, my old agency gave us a 4x ROAS consistently." It's like, "Well, you're stuck at 20K a year, and your costs are more than the company's making in general. You can't even pay yourself."
yeah, I was watching a video of the CEO of Physician's Choice, and the CEO of Physician's Choice is basically like, dude, like, if you're not like a real ecom entrepreneur if you have high profit margins. And that's kind of true, man. Like, anybody who needs like a 3, 4, 5 ROAS on triple whale, it's like, who you joking, dude? Who are you joking? Like, the best ecom brands I consulted had like a 2, like the peak ROAS was 3, and that's peak. They were operating typically at a 1 to 2 ROAS. Those are real businessmen. Those are real business people, I should say? So
It's
my best advice,
really hard to scale at a 4x ROAS, or
it's
to keep a 4x ROAS at scale is what I meant to say.
dude, for my ecom stuff, for our ecom stuff, bro, we have Excel sheets where we estimate to the sub penny. So it's like penny. I'm sorry, it's like 10 cents a penny and then like sub penny. Every single thing is counted. Rent per square inch. Rent per square inch, John. We know the weight, the size, the width, length, height, and the cost of cubic footage rent of each unit. Insane. You understand how hardcore we are? Gotta play the game, bro. Yeah, so it's like my best advice to ecom brands is like, bro, what you want to make $2 million a month with 30% margins? Like, go to hell. Like, shut up. Like, you don't understand anything. It's like, you want a 5 ROAS on triple whale? Like, you want click attribution 5 ROAS on triple whale? Go to hell. Just like, shut up. Just give up. Like, stop it. Stop it. Okay, just on the
You're too
highest
funny.
ROAS probably be what?
I said, "You're too funny."
Dude, like get out of here. These ecom brands are like, can you get us like a 4 ROAS on like triple whale click through attribution? It's like no branded, no this. It's like, what do you even like? What world do you live in? Like what laws of physics do you operate in? Because I don't understand what laws of physics you operate in. Okay, because there's like 400 other ecom brands that sell the same thing you do, and they're operating at a lower margin. So you kind of have to compete towards the bottom, and like that's ecom, bro. Most ecom businesses are very low margin. That's why there's so many ecom guys that sell info, right? Because they have like a Shopify screenshot of like $1 million. And then it's like, okay, cool, man, you're making all this money. It's like, why do you have an agency though? Why do you have a course? It's like, you're making millions of dollars. Like, why you have a course? Oh, the margins are low. Yeah, cool. You have a bill for $200,000 to pay inventory. Got it, right? You know what I mean? It's the game.
100%, 100%. Man, Max, awesome conversation. How can we get involved with you, hear more about you, get in contact with you? Give me some plugs.
MaxAvHQ.com, MaxAVHQ.com. That has all my socials, how to reach me, all my podcasts, all testimonials, clients, products and services, things I do, everything I offer, all in one place on one page. MaxAvHQ.com.
That's awesome, that's awesome. Max, give us some encouragement today. Give me some word of encouragement, some words of wisdom, a nice quote or something.
Yeah, man, there's infinite money out there. If you do something you're gonna do until the day you die, it's like almost impossible to lose mathematically. Stop doing short-term things. Stop copying people. Figure out your DNA, who you are as a human being. Establish a regret minimization framework and just be like, hey man, like at when I'm 85 years old, when like, do you want to be running an ads agency when you're 47 with 3 kids? Is that what you want? So figure out something you want to do until the day you die, reverse engineer that, bite the bullet, start now, and you're not gonna fucking lose if you just outlast everybody. You become really good at things by doing that something for a very long time. The reason why I'm a marketing beast is I just did it for a long time at a very deep level, right? And so it's like but so you get good at things by doing it for a long time. You do things for a long time that you really like, or that's very congruent to your DNA. So figure out who you are, figure out what you want to do until the day you die, reverse engineer that, stop all the bullshit, stop all the short term things, stop all the mimetic desire, stop all the things you're copying people. Just do what your DNA wants you to do because you're not going to beat your DNA. It's not going to change, it's going to gnaw at you. Do what your DNA is telling you to do. You're going to beat and outlast anybody if you do that. Focus on that. The most important thing in business is your products or service. Your like marketing is great, sales is great, but there's nothing better than having a product that people are desperate to buy. It's really fucking easy to do marketing and sales and operations and customer service when you have a product people are desperate for. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
I love the I love the desperate product pitch, and, that's something that I remember this thing of, how do you have the best hot dog stand? Is it having the best tasting hot dogs, the most beautiful looking hot dogs? It's, the best priced hot dogs. No, it's like having a hot dog in the place with the most hungry people, and you will absolutely
Or
rip it.
hot dogs are really hard to sell, pretty low leverage business. It's very easy to start a hot dog stand. Maybe the answer isn't to go to a place where there's a lot of hungry people. Maybe you should not sell hot dogs. And maybe you should take the opportunity cost, take the sunk cost, bite the bullet, and just not sell hot dogs, but sell AI that makes things cheaper for businesses because it's going to be way easier to sell that. You know what I mean?
I 100% agree. Don't do a hot dog stand, but you can take that as a metaphor to whatever you do, is being in the place, having the product that's in the place where people are desperate for it, um, is definitely a lot easier to sell than just trying to sell them on, "Oh, look how nice and pretty this is,"
My
so
main business philosophy, sell things that are easy to sell. Who's the CMO of NVIDIA?
the CMO?
CMO of NVIDIA.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah. You don't know the CMO of the biggest company of all time. You don't know. You know what I mean? Who's the chief marketing officer at Apple? Have you ever met a salesman from NVIDIA or Apple? Like, have you met a salesman? Do they have high ticket closers? No.
Do you think they have one? This is actually curious.
I'm sure who is the CMO of NVIDIA? Because no one cares about that guy. The CMO of NVIDIA is the most useless position, like, of all time. You know? Who's the CMO of Tesla? It's like, does Tesla need a chief marketing officer? Like,
Well, it's saying there's a CFO, but I don't see a CMO.
Tesla has cars that drive themselves. You understand? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, think the most important thing, my main business philosophy is focus on products, sell things that people really want.
Tesla doesn't have a CMO role.
That says a lot,
E
though.
Elon Musk is of brand he's the brand director, word of mouth, and minimal paid advertising, which one of the things actually I know about Tesla in general is, Elon Musk is the advertising. They don't spend a lot on ads and stuff like that, and they get such a good return, just Elon Musk being the face, and that's the same thing with, like, Prime, Logan Paul. Remember seeing a podcast on him, dude, they don't spend money on advertising, it's KSI and Logan Paul. So,
Dude, Teslas are cars that drive themselves.
I
You'd
love
be
my Tesla.
surprised of how many
I said I love my Tesla. Let's put that
dude,
in.
like, I think, like, I think you'd be shocked of how many people hate Elon Musk. You'd be shocked about how many people don't know who he is. I think you'd be shocked about how many people don't care about who he is. I think he's clearly one of the most famous people in the world, but like, how do I say this? It's like, you know, it's, why doesn't Kim Kardashian, who's more famous than Elon Musk, start a self-driving car? You know what I'm saying? Because it's at the end of the day, it's the product that's the differentiator, not the brand. You understand? Not the personal
Take
benefit.
Kylie though, she is a billionaire as well. She's crazy.
Sure,
Comes out with
tell
crazy
Kylie
stuff.
to start a self-driving car. Like, at the end of the day, there's, like, fame, but what's the real differentiator? Like, the car that's really hard to make. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, but listen, there's infinite ways to skin a cat. There's infinite ways to
So
do
many,
anything. So it's just like,
so many.
but my thing is, like, focus on selling things that are easy to sell, man. Don't sell things that are hard to sell. Just like, why? Give up. Give up and pivot. That's what I
And
say.
pivot. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Max, thank you so much for coming on. Again, this is the $100 million podcast. All those links and stuff that Max was talking about is going to be in the description. We're also going to do a collab, Max and I, on Instagram and YouTube. So please, please, please take a look out for that. Make sure you guys share it, share this with anybody that you also think is going to find value in this content. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.